Alright friends, it's been a while since I've done a video, and because probably just not going to make time to do them as much as I want to, I'm actually going to do this one while we're cruising in the car. And don't worry about safety, I have it mounted, I won't barely even be looking at you because I'll be paying attention to where I'm driving. But anyway, I want to do a video because actually one of the folks on YouTube posted a comment on my last video and just said that the person hadn't heard from me in a while and that they're not on Facebook and was wondering how I was doing. And so, hey, I just really appreciate you following the journey via YouTube or Facebook or whatever way you've been following it. And I definitely want to do my part and share with you how I've been doing. So far so good. Today's day 81. I'm doing really well. My numbers are all pretty much normal except for my red blood. My red blood is still low. They don't expect that number really to creep up. You know, it could be anywhere up to a year's process. So I'm stable in the 10s. My normal should be 14. So still low, but it's really not affecting me a whole lot. Obviously my energy level, that's the biggest thing, and definitely affects me in that way. But other than that, I'm able to do a lot of the things that I want to do, and so that's a good thing. My kidney function's looking good. In fact, it's getting better. I posted on my page last week that they had taken me off of fluconazole, and fluconazole can have an issue on your kidneys sometimes, and I do believe that in my case it was, because my creatinine levels are already coming down a little bit more since I got off the fluconazole, which is a great thing. My doctors were a little concerned that I could have had some permanent kidney damage from the cyclosporin and the tacrolimus, but we're still not sure if that's the case. But with my numbers coming up, that's a good thing, and feel ridiculously blessed to see that number come up. In other news, I have a little bit of a sore throat issue. They took a look at that today. He thinks it's just a viral thing that's going to come and go. I actually had one case like this before. Happened to be in the off days from when I was at the clinic, and it just lasted a couple of days. So hoping that that's the case with this. He took a look at it. He wasn't concerned. But of course, as always, you know, when you're post bone marrow transplant, you don't take anything lightly. So even though we expect this to pass in a couple of days, if I show any symptoms of it getting worse, whether my throat gets red or more sore, or if I experience a fever or anything like that, then it's an immediate trip back to the bone marrow transplant clinic. So definitely rooting against that. I already feel better today than I did yesterday in regards to my throat, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. As to my daily activities, I got out in the boat again yesterday, and I've just been getting out and staying active. Still avoiding crowds. I haven't gone back to my church yet, which is hard for me. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do the things I can do, and you know, I can do quite a bit as long as I avoid crowds. And so that's been the main thing that I've been doing. I want to take a little bit of time to talk about some other folks who have been on my heart. I'll start with Michelle. Michelle has been doing a fabulous job in her bone marrow transplant. She should be coming home soon. Oops, I guess it wasn't quite as mounted as well as I thought that was. Anyway, Michelle, I want you to know that I've definitely been thinking about you, praying about you, and I'm very proud about how passionate you are about getting the word out about these blood disorders and about the need for donors. I'm right there with you, and just really excited about what you're doing. Also, I want to say a word to, you know, a couple of folks have contacted me through the page. They haven't been putting their stuff public, but have just been private messaging me, and I just want you guys to know that you have been on my heart, especially one particular young girl who is in her bone marrow transplant process now. I'm not sure exactly of the day. I'm going to guess maybe day 10 or 12 or something like that. She's had a lot of complications, a lot of the complications that we hear about. You know, the mouth sores and fevers, and, you know, she's had a little infection, and so she's just really had a lot of those unfortunate side effects of the bone marrow transplant happen to her. And I just want you to know that I'm in your corner, and I'm praying for you, and I'm thinking about you, and I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to fight this, you're going to beat this, so hang in there, okay? Also, I want to mention Eric. Those of you who haven't had a chance to meet Eric, Eric and I have been in touch since before my bone marrow transplant. Just an incredible man. He's battling Fanconi anemia, which is a genetic disorder, and MDS, which is a blood cancer. He's going for a bone marrow transplant, which is going to help treat his MDS, but he'll have to live with the Fanconi anemia. He's done it this far, and I have no doubt he'll keep doing it. He's had a couple of hiccups on the way to his bone marrow transplant, and I'm telling you, he is just an absolute force for positivity, and he lifts me up, and I'm just I'm there with you, Eric. I'm looking forward to you getting this bone marrow transplant and getting on the track to healing. So, you know, if I forgot anybody, I apologize, because I am driving, so I can't put my 100% thought process into it. But another thing I do want to talk about is that, you know, a lot of you have heard that the Good Morning America host, Robin, I think it's Robin, no, I'm forgetting her name. Anyway, Good Morning America host who battled breast cancer was recently diagnosed with MDS. She's an African-American female, and she does have a sibling match. There's been a lot of talk about whether, you know, or not her going through this is going to help bring awareness. I have no doubt that it will. One thing I want to say is let's caution judgment on her if she decides not to be as open with it as we'd like. The reason why I throw caution out there is because we know how debilitating these diseases are, and not every one of us wants to be as open about it as others, and that's perfectly fine. I hope that she is, and I hope that she brings awareness. I have no doubt that she's going to bring awareness because she's a public figure, but let's not judge her on her route that she takes, or how open she decides to be with it, because everybody's got to fight this, you know, these battles the way that they feel they can. And if opening the cameras up for her is a little too much, you know, I completely understand it. So anyway, I have no doubt it'll bring awareness, and I think that's a positive thing. But I certainly hope that she's able to battle this, fight it, just like she did breast cancer, and also show that bone marrow transplants can be a life-saving cure. So other than that, my family's doing well. I actually had a couple folks ask about that. My wife and kids are doing very well. They finished up T-ball, and I'm actually going to sign them up for ice skating lessons soon. And because, you know, it's San Antonio, what better way to escape the 100-degree heat than an ice rink? At least that's my thought process on it. My wife might beg to differ, who's not a fan of the cold, but she'll deal with it with me because she loves me. Anyway, I'll be home soon, and just know that I'm thinking of you, and I appreciate what you guys have been doing. Appreciate you spreading the word about my new birthday and about bone marrow disorders. One last thing I want to leave you with. Next week, I go for my bone marrow biopsy. Also, we'll be doing a lot of labs to check on, make sure that I don't have hepatitis or any of those kind of things. Basically, they do a big lab workout. They call them your day 80 labs. I'm actually day 81 today. We'll be doing them around day, 87 or 88. It's going to be sometime next week. But we'll be doing all those labs and another bone marrow biopsy just to see how my cellularity is looking. And actually, I talked to my docs, and they have agreed for me to film it. So, bone marrow biopsies aren't pretty. I've handled them twice so far, and I like to think I've handled them pretty well. And I'd like to show you what one looks like, because you know, there's a lot of fear involved in it, and hopefully I'll be able to film that and put it out there for you. The docs gave me the okay, so as long as I can get somebody to come with me to the clinic and do that, then that's the plan. So hope be looking for that. Hopefully I'll be able to do that for you. Anyway, God bless. Appreciate your time. Thanks for following the journey. And as always, spread the word. If you're not on the donor list, get on it. It's as simple as a cheap swab, and you can save somebody's life, just like a complete stranger, has saved mine. Thank you all. God bless.